What's up, guys? Johnni DiJulius doing a little technique video for Takedown Wrestling. So what I want to start with is kind of my favorite and only really setup that I really use. It's called a wrist exchange. Now I have so many different options off the wrist exchange. The good part is it kind of blends into any style of wrestling, whether you're real strong tie-out guy, someone who likes to snap down a lot, someone who likes to shoot a lot, someone who's a little defensive. It's a very good control tie. So what I do is first off I identify my lead leg and lead arm. This is my lead leg, which means my opposite is my lead arm, because I never want to reach same side, gives them a big window. So I call it my stab hand. I either step on the shoulder or I post right on the head. Now most of the guys in the world, they grab my wrist with the same side. The wrist exchange comes when I take my hand off the head, down and in, right? If I go out and away, not very good, big window. I go down and in, and then my attack hand goes and exchanges the wrist. Now when I exchange the wrist, I take the hand that I posted with and I go to the tricep. Now the most important part is something called setting my feet. Right? I just wrist exchanged. If I wrist exchange, go to the tricep, set my feet, I have an angle. Now comes our attacks. First off, we have high crotch. It's just a regular elbow pass. I don't go under the arm, I actually push around the arm. So I go wrist exchange, wrist, tricep, boom, I'm looking for my high C here. See how my ear is on his shoulder, and I'm getting real deep on that high C. The second one, and I don't get the high crotch as much as this one because the high C sets this up, is I fake high C. When he steps back, it sets up an attack to the other side of the body. So I go wrist exchange, I fake high C, he steps back, I load step. Notice I don't fake and then pull back. I load step and I'm going forward the whole time, and then I can swing to the other side of the body. So I have my high crotch, I have my fake high crotch to a single leg, and then my personal favorite is barrel roll. So it's very similar to the single leg, but I keep the arm on the back of the neck. Wrist exchange, I fake high C, I load step. Load, and then I swing down to the leg, but I pull this arm over the back of my head. The really important thing is pretending like I'm ripping this sleeve. I don't want to pull down here. I want to pull high on the tricep. Now, once I dump towards his right shoulder, and then I throw his leg. Now, the move is not over. I need to listen to his heart. I listen to his heart here. That way, my head acts as a post on his chest. If my head stayed here and you go ahead and grab my arm and I roll across your back, I have nothing to post on, but we run it back. If I roll my head up, listen to his heart, now roll me. But I have a little bit of something to post on for a second to hip height down and circle towards the legs. I'm gonna run through those three one more time real quick. Wrist exchange, sorry, not fake yet. Regular high crotch, boom. Now that's okay if he reacts, right? We kind of want him to react. Wrist exchange. Fake high C low. See how I'm going forward? I'm going to re-emphasize that for 1 second. I don't want to wrist exchange, fake, pull out. His head is now lower than mine. I load, step, and go forward. Wrist exchange, fake, low, swing. Single leg. And if you like keeping the arm, you're a little lankier, it's wrist exchange, fake, load, swing, barrel roll. Listen to his heart. Now we're going to keep moving on, because there's a lot of stuff we can do from here. One of my favorite ones is wrist exchange. So similar setup to what we've been using this whole time. Wrist exchange to a low level or an ankle pick. So when I fake, most of the time, right, I fake high C, my feet are facing him. Sometimes though, when I go elbow pass and I fake, my feet are a little bit turned towards that far foot. I'll show you what I mean. Wrist exchange, I fake, and see how I'm pointing at him now. That's when I can go low level. Now when I go low level, and we're gonna circle like a 90-degree, right here, pause. When I go low level, I really want this elbow to hip check him, right? I like hip check him with my elbow. This hand acts as a snake. When a snake bites, it hits your ankle, but it retracts, right? It doesn't bite and then stay. It bites, pulls back, right? Because it's fighting a mongoose, right? It doesn't want to get caught. It bites, pulls back. My hand acts as a snake. So once I bite, it's bite, pull back, right? I gotta pull that leg up. And I use that hip check to kind of tabletop him over the snake bite. I push and pull. So one time, it's wrist exchange. Once I fake, I'm facing him a little bit, that's okay. I'm gonna snake bite, take him over that elbow. Now, if I'm not an ankle pick guy, stick with the low single. That's fine. I go wrist exchange, fake, I drop in right into my low single, and I have several finishes from there. The last one that I like to do, there's a lot from here, right? Not including, snap downs and basic stuff like that. The last one I do is if he reacts off my wrist exchange, he grabs my wrist. So I go wrist exchange, I go here, boom. Before I even get to this angle, he grabs my wrist. If I get this angle, my head is on the other side of the body, it's really hard to do what I'm about to do. So I fake step. I don't move my head from center. So it's fake, let go, duck. because he's grabbing my wrist, I use that in my favor, right? So, wrist exchange, fake, drop. I don't fake where I move my head, I just step. I'm gonna run through all 5 of them one more time just so we have them all. Ready? Wrist exchange, high crotch, boom, I'm in. Wrist exchange, fake high C, low step, single leg. Third one, wrist exchange, fake high C, low step, barrel roll dump. Listen to his heart. Fourth one, wrist exchange, fake high C, my feet are facing, that's okay, so I go boom, snake by neck pick, or this is like 4B, right? Wrist exchange, fake high C, low single. And last but not least, he reacts and grabs our wrist. We don't get off center. Wrist exchange, I fake step, but my head doesn't move when I fake step, drop. You can go to a leg attack off your duck hunter, or just finish down to the mat. So that's all I got. Thank you. Thank you, Johnny.